Welcome back to the Lords of Lore podcast. I'm Matt.
I'm Taleb.
And we are here with chapter 3 of the Book of Boba Fett. I just realized it's the Book of Boba Fett and they're calling them chapters. Well, that's how slow I am. But yeah, let's get into it. So I think like coming off the last episode, we're both pretty high on the show. Loved last episode, all the flashback sort of stuff in that. So I guess just initially, like, I enjoyed this episode a lot, but there were some things that, like, I don't know if I'm being reasonable, pissed me off.
What pissed you off?
Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess we'll just start. Yeah, we'll go over like the plot and stuff later, but the bikes of those, Android people, like, there was, it just bugged me how clean they were.
Yeah.
They look like something like out of like the 60s or something.
Yeah.
And like, especially Tatooine, like out of anywhere in Star Wars, like Tatooine's got to be like that grimy, like lived in worn world. And like to have the shiny bikes and like bright colors, I was like, yo, what the fuck is this? Yeah. I was like, it threw me off. What did you think?
I thought they were pretty corny. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah.
I thought they looked so out of place.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they said they don't have a job. The fact that like they
couldn't afford water, but they got these shiny ass bikes.
They're physically like clean.
Yeah.
Like they're stealing water. Like how are you showering?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're like they don't like they would look good on a different planet, I think, but not on Tatooine. Like
that's the thing. Yeah.
It took me out of the immersion almost.
Yeah. Absolutely. Like even like Boba Fett, when he came back in Mandalorian and the helmet's all painted and stuff, like it was a little bit jarring because it's like, oh, that's not Boba Fett, but like you understand, like, you know, it was like a reclamation thing. He got his armor back and now it's like he's making it his again type of thing. But even now, like that wasn't that long ago, and we see the armor showing like the signs of wear and tear that, you know, we're used to seeing with Boba Fett. So to see like these street urchin biker gang and they're like living lavish, and then you know they look fine, and they got these shiny bikes, and they're dressed well, and he's just like, "Come work for me. You got no jobs," and they're just like, "Yeah, like I don't know." It's just like you said,
they were
the
weird.
immersion.
Yeah, I don't. Okay. I don't like them at all, to be honest.
Like the characters?
I don't think. I mean, just based off this episode, I don't like them.
Yeah. So I don't know. I felt like, and I'm sorry, like that actress, like I don't know, like if it was the direction or her performance, but it was like a little bit cringe to me.
Yeah.
Like, but like I get what they were going for. I just wish like visually it reflected that same sort of feeling. Like this felt like something you see on like Sci-Fi Channel, you know? Like it was just like the costuming was like bad and like
really bad.
You can't do that in Star Wars, where it's like costuming is like one of the biggest, like, you know, the greatest things about Star Wars is like how iconic everything ends up being. And these were like, oh, they missed
really badly.
Like this is like a biker gang like you see on like Coruscant in the Clone Wars. Yeah.
During the Clone Wars era. I think even the era like makes a big difference too.
Yeah. Like we're living in a world post-Empire now, like, and things are bad for a lot of people before things start to get reestablished. And on Tatooine, it's always bad. Like, the fact that a bike like that exists on Tatooine just feels wrong to me.
And it doesn't even look like it's supposed to drive the way it does.
Does that
make sense? It's like so flat and like up, like it's so weird.
Yeah, like they were really going for it, and I just feel like it missed with this one.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's get on. But I think like in other sort of media, like in the comic books, one of the Vader runs, there's this scientist who's sort of like competing with Vader, and he's got like cybernetic implants and stuff. And actually his base is like in one of the giant space whales from Rebels. He's like modified and made into like a base. So it's like pretty cool to see like that aspect of Star Wars show up, like the android sort of aspect of it, which we don't really get a lot. Like we get the mechanical hands and stuff, but like this guy's eye, he's got like the robot eye, and like they got like okay. So there was a scene. Okay, back to the biker gang already. The scene where they're chasing down the mayor's aide.
Oh god. Yeah.
I hated it.
Yeah, it was trash. I was like, yo, what the
Okay.
hell's happening?
I thought I'm like, man, am I in a bad mood today? Because like I'm just
Yeah,
not digging this, but I felt like that chase scene was horrendous.
that
Like,
was actually terrible.
and it was like I hated the bikes already, and then they show them off in this way where it's like they're the focal point of the scene. I'm like, man, I don't care. Can we get off of these people? But yeah, I don't know that scene itself, and like they use their like implants to like it felt like something out of like the movie Grease, where like they're trying to
Yeah.
destroy each other's cars and shit. I
Yeah.
was just like, what is going on right now? Like it didn't feel like
Yeah.
Star Wars to
And
me.
then this dude's leg was like detaching or something. Like
Oh, I didn't even catch that.
he was like trying to like fuck up his bike and his leg was just going bzz, bzz, like it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
so
yeah,
weird.
yeah,
It was so
yeah.
weird.
I
And it
don't know.
felt so slow. It felt like the race chase was like going like 3 miles per hour or something.
Yeah,
Like super slow, like weird, plotless. I don't know.
yeah. The feel of the bikes was wrong too. Like
Yeah.
they're hover bikes. They're supposed to move fast. They felt very like I don't know, like there was like a speed limit on set. You know, like
Yeah. Like I was really lost. Like I kind of honestly even forgot why he ran away.
yeah,
Like you know what I mean? It just really disconnected me.
yeah. And it came like to like I usually hate when shows have like more than one big action set piece within like a
Hmm.
certain amount of time because it's just like we're missing out on story beats here. Uh
Yeah.
and for me like the fight between them and Black Chrysanthemum in Jabba's palace, like that was cool. And
Yeah.
like, they sort of we got to see like what the biker gang can do. And how powerful this Wookiee is. But then like this scene, I was like, I hadn't learned anything from this scene.
Yeah.
Like hover bikes hover. I get it. you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get off of this biker gang. Besides that, let's talk about the flashback, I guess, in this episode. So we see like, the young Daniel Logan Boba Fett looking out at Django taking off in Slave One on Camino.
Yeah.
That's a scene we saw last episode. It was part of like his vision, right?
Hmm.
With the lizard type of thing. So I thought it was cool to see like the longer version of that scene. I'm still curious
Yeah.
of
Same.
if that's old footage or just like, or if they had like another actor because we only ever see him from the back and then we see his reflection. So I'm like, they could have
Yeah.
easily just like CGI'd the reflection part, but had a new actor do like like the getting out of bed and then running to the window thing. Yeah, I want to see more of the Camino stuff.
I'm wondering, is there more to that scene, like than we know? Because right now they're just kind of showing it, and it's like,
Yeah,
oh, this is sick. Like we're seeing Camino, we're seeing like the stuff we love from Clone Wars. But I wonder what the importance is with watching his dad take off. Like,
that's the
what's
thing.
the
Yeah,
importance?
because initially I was like, oh, is that the last time he sees him? But I'm like, no, he's there when he
He was with
dies.
him, yeah.
Yeah.
So I
So
wonder.
yeah, I'm not sure what it is.
Clearly,
Yeah.
it's bothering him. So maybe it's something.
Yeah. I think there's some truth to what you said there. Like, because again, last episode we saw like a smaller part of it. And I think
Yeah,
even the episode before we saw like just one of
a
the
little
shots.
bit.
So
Yeah,
every episode we're getting a little bit more of that scene. But I'm wondering like what's the big what's going to be the payoff there? Because it feels like we know a lot about what happened to him at that point in time, right? So
yeah,
it would be interesting to see how that plays out. But then we get the flashback of, him going to collect the money from the Pikes after he
yeah,
set up like the business agreement last episode. And yeah, he comes back and like before they even show it, I know what was good. Like I knew.
yeah,
And the conversation he has with like that leader of the Pikes there was like super cool because like it's all like subtext like, well, we can't pay too, so you'll have to make some decisions. He's like, all right, I'm gonna go handle business. And then when he gets back, it's like they must have given word to the other group that they're paying, like you got to take out these guys. So
yeah,
uh very like nefarious crime, organized crime stuff. But what were your
yeah.
thoughts on this sort of flashback?
Yeah, I thought it was cool with like the crime stuff because I feel like they definitely told them to go get rid of them as kind of like vengeance, maybe.
Yeah.
And just seeing how slimy like crime lords are. But the part where they actually all were dead, that was kind of fucked up.
You know what? It was sad, but a testament to how good the show is. Like, I was actually sad about it.
Yeah, I was
Like,
sad. I was
I
like,
feel like,
"Aw,
yeah,
too soon."
we got so, and like, they barely speak. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wow. Like, I had a bigger emotional response to this moment than like some character deaths in movies. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
That was sad, man.
and they hardly speak. So it's like, this is like good writing for me, where it's like, I
Yeah.
care about these sand people, even though like I don't even know anything about them really.
Yeah.
And
It
then
was
when
like,
the stick, the kid's stick, oh my god.
oh, the kid's stick,
Just
putting it
twisting
in
the
the
knife.
fire.
Yeah.
Fuck. Just accepting that it's done.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, that was some good writing. I agree. Because I really fucking cared. I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, pretty sad. Pretty sad about that.
Yeah.
I was like, not yet, man. It's only episode 3.
I know. And it's funny too, because last review we did, it was like, man, I really love all this stuff with the sad people. And then it's like, okay, they're gone. It's just like tragic, you know? But what I think is cool is that, like we were saying in our last review, like, I'm waiting for it to blend the flashback stuff with the current stuff so that I care more. And now I'm like, yo, fuck the Pikes. Like,
fuck the Pikes.
Yeah,
like
we're going to go to war with the Pikes now because fuck the Pikes. So now it's sort of giving Boba like, oh, the Pikes are coming. Like, I'm going to stay and fight because they fucked up my people, basically. So I'm like invested in the main storyline.
Yeah.
Apart from the speeder bike people, which
I hope they're not around for long.
You know what? I don't care if they're around for long as characters. I just hope like something happens where their bikes all get blown up and they gotta get new ones. Then I think I could deal with it. Yeah. And then obviously we get the Rancor. And we get Danny Trejo. Did you catch that?
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Even before he like came into the palace, like as soon as he pulls up on like that repulsor lift thing, I was like, oh shit. I was like, no way, they fucking finally did it.
Finally. I think it's because of the director too, Robert Rodriguez, right?
Yeah, they have like a long working history together. Yeah, so awesome. I know people are probably like losing their minds about that cameo.
I was like, yo.
And it's such a good cameo role too. Like, I'm the guy who trades Rancors. It's like fucking perfect.
It's so well.
Yeah. I'm wondering though, like, is the Rancor gonna, just be a Rancor and be fine? Or is there something like nefarious going on? Like, I know there's some people out there who think it's some sort of like Trojan horse thing. And it was weird because like he mentions it, he goes, like, why does it just lay around all day? And then Danny Trejo's character has a response and like, oh, it hasn't imprinted yet, or it's blah, blah, blah. But I'm wondering if there's like a bomb in there or like something,
That'd be interesting. That would suck.
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of excited to see how Boba develops his relationship.
Like
if it's
bonds
possible.
with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was wondering if like,
sheesh.
Yeah, I love that scene. It's like, I want to ride it. It's like, what? I was wondering, like, he talks about like the imprinting, right? Like, it imprints on the first person seat. I wonder if that's the Trojan horse aspect. I wonder if the first person that sees it kills like some weird, like, I don't know, like Black Widow shit, like it eats its mate or something.
I could see that.
Yeah, that would be funny. But yeah, no, I love his sort of bonding with the Rancor, if that's what it is. It was super
if
like
it is, yeah.
It was super like wholesome.
And it adds to like the whole like spiritual journey of Boba that we saw with the Sand People. I feel like that definitely makes them passing in the way they did add to his spirituality. So it's kind of like a payoff almost.
Yeah.
Seeing him able to like bond with creatures, like, be with nature.
Yeah,
type stuff.
That's very true, because like, part of being a clone, and like we haven't really seen that many clones interact with things that aren't war driven. You know what I mean? Like there's a few clones that end up sort of living as like hermits, like in Rebels and stuff. But very few of them do we see actually get to like live and be people. I think Boba's like one of the few exceptions. So it's cool to see him like interact with other living things that like aren't people, but like, you know, because I feel like maybe him riding the bantha and stuff may have been like the first time. Though he does say he's ridden things that are 10 times bigger. So I wonder what that was a reference to.
That's actually a reference to like an animated version of Boba Fett. I forget what it was for. It was a long time ago, and he was riding some like dinosaur thing.
From the Christmas special.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that.
It's a cool reference.
Damn. See, this is what I'm talking about too. When we talked about last, like the people who are making Star Wars now love Star Wars. Like, yeah. Throwing all the comic book stuff and Christmas special stuff in there. Yeah. But yeah, I think that was pretty much all my thoughts on the episode. Did you have anything you think we didn't cover?
Yeah, I was just wondering, who do you think is leading the Pikes, and what do you think that's gonna? Because I feel like there's a lot to look forward to, considering we don't have many episodes left. We have like what? I think 3 or 4 left.
Yeah, I think there's 7 total. So I think there's 4 left, right? So yeah, interesting question. I think we're gonna get like based off the explanation that droid, I don't know the name of the droid, but he's not a protocol droid. I think he's actually a repurposed torture droid. If I'm not mistaken, I think he's the same one that was like burning droid feet in episode 6. Anyways, I think like the explanation we got with like Mos Espa being divided into different syndicates, like under the ownership of like certain families. I feel like we're gonna get that. And it's going to be like these 3 families want Boba Fett out, and they don't want the Daimo to be any part of the control anymore. So I think it's going to be something like that. Like the Pikes have been like, paid to sort of handle the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know. Dave Filoni's directing like episode 7 too, so I'm kind of excited for that.
Oh, if it's Dave Filoni doing one, I always look for the ones that are going to be like lore heavy, like the one with like Ahsoka last season, on Mandalorian.
Yeah, I feel like we're definitely going to get some cool character.
Yeah. Oh man, I wonder if it's like Cad Bane or something.
Cad Bane. Yeah. I could see Cad Bane leading like the Pikes.
That would be cool. Yeah. I wonder too when we're going to see I don't remember what it's called. But the criminal organization that Kira worked for in Solo.
Oh yeah. Because I forget the name.
Yeah, fucking something's not Black Sun. That's a different one. Yeah, whatever the case it is. Because obviously we know like Maul is dead by the time this show is happening, but and he was leading that. But I wonder if that's taken, like if she replaced him or something, and if we see like Emilia Clarke come back, that would be very cool as well.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think like now we're going to get into the more crime gangster sort of vibe of the movie vibe of the show.
Yeah, I think this episode definitely was slow for a reason. Hopefully, I think the ones to come are going to be fire. Yeah,
it felt short too, much shorter than last week, right? Yeah.
Yeah, it was only like 34 minutes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, but I wouldn't say it's a bad episode by any means. It was just like there wasn't enough things that I really loved about it, and then there was the glaring motorcycles. But yeah, so I guess that'll do it for us here this week. Obviously, you can catch us for the next few weeks here doing reviews of the Boba Fett, the Book of Boba Fett show. Where can people find you online if they want to talk or if they want to look at your art and stuff like that?
My Twitter is tshucare. My Instagram's Taleb Shukair, and
right on. And you got a shop in Edmonton, right?
Yeah, Mercer Warehouse.
Right.
103 63 104 Street. I think that's the address.
Yeah, there's probably links and stuff on your Instagram and Twitter and all that stuff.
All there. It's excellent.
All there. For people wanting to check out more from the Lords of Lore, you can find our regular scheduled podcast every Tuesday. We just released our top 10 stories of the year, which is a lot of fun. You should definitely check that out. It was a chaotic episode. We made the show's definitive list between the 3 of us. And stay tuned. Unabashed making a return. Ruminations coming back very soon. So stay on the lookout for those. As always, I'm Matt.
I'm Taleb.
And we are the Lords of Lore.